this is Deepika, your TA for this semester, and the purpose of this video is to show you how to run correlations in SPSS. And really quick, if you're very new to SPSS and haven't done so already, I would recommend watching the video on how to run frequencies on the demographic variables, because in that I spend just a few seconds to help you familiarize yourself with SPSS datasets. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to show you how to run correlations. And as a review, a correlation basically tells you how two variables are related and whether that relationship is significant or not. So for this tutorial, let's just say I'm really interested in happiness within an ethnic group. So how happy a person is with their ethnic group. Or about being in their ethnic group, and whether people report differences in how happy they are based on their race, their sex, or their age. So for example, do men versus women report differences in happiness scores? Or do certain racial groups report different happiness scores than others? Or are there age differences in happiness scores? So as people get older, do they report being more happy with being in their ethnic group? So a correlation can answer questions like that. So if I wanted to run this correlation, what I would do is I would go to the Analyze tab at the top toolbar here, and then scroll down until I see Correlate, and then click the first one, which is Bivariate. And so here you see, again, all of the items or variables in the data set, but I'm only interested in a few. So like I mentioned, I'm interested in the relationship between age, sex, racial identity, and how that relates to, if there's a significant relationship between these three variables, any of three of them, and how happy you are with being in your ethnic group. So then I click on all three, and again I click Control to make sure all four are highlighted, or you can do them individually as well. And then I click on this arrow button over here to put it over here. And then I click OK, and then this output window opens and it tells me my correlations. And so to read this, basically, if there's a star next to one of the correlations, that means it's significantly correlated. So I can see over here, year of birth is significantly correlated with how happy a person reported being in their ethnic group. And specifically, I can see that this is a negative correlation, and we know it's significant because the alpha was set at less than 0.05. So the way you would report it is that you would state that there was a negative relationship between year of birth and happiness in ethnic group, meaning that as year of birth increased, happiness in ethnic group decreased. And then when you report the Pearson correlation, you would report it as a lowercase r, and then say r equals to negative 0.142, p is less than 0.05, or you could say p equals 0.024. Also, we see that there is not a significant relationship between sex and happiness in an ethnic group. So, basically, whether a person was male or female didn't change the relationship, or didn't change how happy they reported they are with their ethnic group. However, we do see that there is group differences in terms of racial identity. So, and we can see that dependent on what a person indicated was their racial identity, that changed their happiness scores in group membership. And so basically that's really all there is to it. And so that's how you would read a correlation table when you run correlations in SPSS.